It's a great feeling to walk between the shelves because you're really surrounded by knowledge, but also by an immense tradition of Christianity.
For us as a researcher, it's a treasure hall.
You very easily end up in conversation, collaboration, discussion on your research. So it's both a research place but also a social place.
It is one of the most important libraries for theology and religious studies in Europe and even in the entire world.
The great instigator of the library was Maurits Sabbebibliotheek, and from the beginning the intention was to create an internationally renowned research library.
The Maurits Sabbebibliotheek Library is the library of the Faculty of Theology and Religious Studies in Leuven, and this link is emphasized by the fact that a lot of professors and researchers have their workplace here, so they are very close to the books, they are very close to the sources which are the basis of their research.
The library succeeded in the past 45 years to collect 1.3 million volumes in the field of theology and religion. We have a current subscription on 900 journals, 400 monographic series, and we purchase about 2,500 monographs a year. That is our active acquisition. On the other hand, we have passive acquisition. We have 1.3 million volumes, but the largest part of that is, of course, what we received via donations or in deposit.
The library is still growing due to the fact that religious orders and congregations give their book collections to us, either in a long-term deposit or in a full possession. And we catalog these books and we open them for research.
The library staff invests a lot of time in the classification of the books. For each subject in theology we have a specific code, we have a specific call number, which makes that we can put books on the same subject very close to each other on the shelf. For our researchers, it's very interesting to browse on the shelves, and in this way they can find literature that's interesting for them, which they did not find by searching via electronic tools, what is sometimes called a serendipity, that you are finding what you were not looking for. There are 300,000 volumes available in open shelves. The rest of the collection is available on the same location in our stack below. Nobody is allowed, even not professors, to take books outside of the library. The philosophy behind it is that books should be available at all times for everyone. Next to our print collection, we invest also in our electronic collection. In Limo, we have created a tree diagram on the basis of type of database and of subdiscipline of theology, so that researchers can very easily and very efficiently find a database that is relevant for them and don't have to search so long.
The Second Vatican Council was one of the most important moments in the history of the Catholic Church in the 20th century. It was a moment that the Catholic Church was rethinking its complete identity, was rethinking its ecclesiology, but also redefining its position in the modern world. At the Council there was a very active Belgian participation, and in the Maurits Sabbebibliotheek Library we have an extensive archive of the papers of these Belgian bishops, Belgian theologians, but also of international bishops and theologians that took part in the Council. This Research and Archival Center is one of the most important research institutions on the Second Vatican Council. So it's very important for the study of the Council, but it's also important for the study of church history in the 20th century in general.
The Preciosa are the precious books collection, which consists currently of about 170,000 books from the Middle Ages until 1800. The collection is composed by two important partial collections, the collection from the Flemish Jesuits on the one hand, and the collection of the Major Seminary of Malines. We have a few masterpieces, One of them is the collection of the Cardinal d'Alsace, an 18th century Archbishop and Cardinal of Malines. And of course, the masterpiece is the Anjou Bible, a 14th century illuminated Bible.
It's the full Bible, Old and New Testament, richly illuminated with marvelous depictions of the kings and the queens of Naples. It's a real masterpiece of Gothic book illumination. The Book Heritage Lab is an expert center for research on documentary heritage. We are studying how this heritage is made and what we can do to preserve them for the future. We are like doctors and the books are the patients. So when there is a problem, the librarian or the professors bring them in and I research them. I am trying to make the diagnosis. What happened to that book? Why is it looking so bad? We research them sometimes in weeks or months with different tools like microscopy, multispectral imaging, transmitted light. And after this phase, we write a report and then we're starting to do the treatment. And we are very, very conservative about that. We don't do big treatments, we do minimalistic treatments so that the historic stratification stays intact.
As a spin-off of research, we also regularly organize exhibitions in the hall of the library, exhibitions with manuscripts, precious books, etc. It's a very stimulating environment to work here.
We have some very interesting art objects in our library.
The architect was really aware how people are moving.
You very easily meet your colleagues, your students, and discuss research with them.
You have the central hall and then you have the open levels of the library. So you have a look through.
There's a lot of light. This light symbolizes the openness, the light of science, the light of wisdom.
Every level has his speciality. And the professors have their offices around. So the students are in and then you have all the shelves.
We talk about our research, we stimulate each other with a view to increase and to improve our research.
The Maurits Sabbebibliotheek Library is really a fantastic research hub in the field of theology and religion.